Two really game tough warriors.
Yeah, we've got Martin Chester in the silver and black Adidas shorts, and we've got Heasley in the black shorts with the white trim.
Martin Chester, the southpaw. Can be in oh, some big shots went in from both fighters. I think Chester got the better shots though.
Have you noticed every fight that Martin's in, it's always a war. He wants to trade, he wants to have fun, he likes throwing the shots, and he seems just as much up for it as Martin is.
Yeah, they're both really, really tough guys. I've seen both of them fight MMA before, and as you say, they're both quite happy to go right into the trenches.
Brilliant left hand by Martin, beautifully countered by Craig there. Swung over a bit too much there, wobbled Heasley's balance.
Yeah, it's one of those shots, if it lands, great, but if it doesn't, it leaves you all over the place, and Martin capitalised on it.
Yeah, it's where you open up the side of your head where equilibrium is. If you get caught in there, it can be good night, Irene.
And both fighters need to make sure they're very loose in the shots. They don't want to be muscling shots in. They want to make sure they're fast, fluid. That's when you get your knockouts.
That was a slip more than anything there. Brilliant foot movement by Martin as Heasley went to step in. He unfortunately lost his balance.
It's a pouring jab from Heasley.
Martin, being a southpaw, can throw a lot of fighters. When you're an orthodox and you train for orthodox 99% of the time, when you come against a southpaw, it just throws everything that you know out of sync.
Yeah, there's a few basic tricks to fight southpaws. First one, you've got to make sure your lead footer's on the outside of theirs. You need to be leading more with the right hand. Uppercuts, straights on the right work well, but only if you get that foot position right. And so far, it's Chester who's got his foot on the outside.
Yeah, when you've got opposite stances, it's the person who's getting the outside foot normally takes the advantage normally. Brilliant first round, it went very, very quickly.
Yeah, a tough cut round to call though, but you know, from where I'm stood, I think Chester probably had the better shots.
If you was in Heasley corner then, Aaron, what would you say? What would you be saying to him right now?
So I tried to calm him down just a little bit because he's clearly got the power, he's clearly got the aggression. There was a couple of times there where that aggression probably worked against him, and Chester was able to kind of capitalise on mistakes and loss of balance and things like that. So I'll be looking to just pull him back a little bit, you know, save that aggression for when it's going to work. He's not really throwing any jabs. He's not really kind of range finding. When he throws his jabs, it's very poor, and he needs to sharpen those shots up a little bit. Quite often in boxing, the more you muscle shots in, the lower your chance of landing and the lower your chance of knockout. You've got to stay relaxed right through the shoulders, down to the arms.
The referee's about to get round 2 underway, just emptying the cage of the relevant people.
Second round, both these fighters, a lot of respect, touching gloves in the second round as well. They're both enjoying themselves.
Yeah, massive smile on Martin's face there. He's having fun in there.
I can see Chester making a go at being a pro boxer, you know.
That'll be very, very fun to see if that happened. He seems game. His boxing stance, his footwork is very, very nice. He sets things up well and tries to get the knockout each time.
I think he likes it as well. You know, you could a smile on his face that you don't often see when he's in MMA. Heasley off balance again there.
Yeah, Craig's ducking his head down, and then when Martin's catching him, he's throwing him the opposite way of the punch. It's throwing Craig off a little bit. He needs to get his base done, like you were saying, rather than pouring the jab out. Throw the jab out strong and then throw a right hand to follow.
Yeah. He lets his head go outside the circumference of his knees. Straight away you start losing balance. You've got to keep that head tucked behind your knees, whichever direction you go, and then you will always have that solid base to throw your shots. And you can see it again there, that long overhand right, and he's off balance, again off balance. He's got to kind of improve on those bits and pieces, or Chester will be able to capitalise on them with counters.
I'm noticing from Craig's footwork here, he's sort of overstepping the mark a little bit too much. That's where it might be where he's going off balance, and Martin's capitalising on that.
Chester caught one a little bit low there, but he just shook it off.
Martin smartly mixing up a bit, going to the body, throwing uppercuts, hooks. He's mixing up, he's trying to find ways to finish Craig. Craig's still in there though, throwing right hands. Brilliant uppercut there.
Chester's just slowed down a little bit, not throwing the shots as quickly as he was. He's not throwing as many of them. The second round is often the round that fatigue starts to set in.
10 seconds to go in round 2.
Nice uppercut, found its mark from Heasley there. And Heasley then, when he managed to set his base and had a stronger foundation, had much better shots as well. I think he's just got to rein himself back a little bit, make sure he's got his foundation right, his head position right. I think he'll have more success with his shots then.
He seems to be overcompensating with the haymakers. He seems to look into that for every single shot, where Martin on the other hand, he's picking his shots smartly. He's quantifying them quite. He's not just throwing 1s or 2s, he's throwing 3, 4s and 5s, and they're all different, seem to be shots, whether it's jabs, uppercuts, hooks. Very smart game plan from Martin. Like I say, he did slow down though, so what would you say for his corner in this round?
So again, it's about relaxing, you know. If your fatigue starts to settle in, the last thing you want to do is to start looking for a knockout. I often tell the boxers that I've trained in the past, you know, just reach out and touch your opponent. Don't look to knock him out every time. If you just reach out nice and quick, just try and touch him, that's when you find the knockouts. When you start chasing them, you never get them. In the third round, lots of respect between these two fighters.
That's what I would say, sportsmanship at its maximum.
Here we go, third and final round. I mean, each round's been fairly close as well, so, you know, depending how the judges see it. Nice right hand. Rocked Martin back on his heels. He was a little square at the time.
Yeah, Martin, I think this is his second boxing bout. He boxed Wayne Tierney a few months ago, and it's exactly like this fight, a war, toe-to-toe. Brilliant to watch.
He works very nicely when he's quite in close and he can throw hooks to the head, hooks to the body. He puts nice little combinations together there.
Brilliant overhand left there.
Nice.
Martin likes the centre of the cage. Even when he's winning the floor, he steps himself back, composes himself, takes the centre of the cage and goes again. Very, very composed fighter.
Bit of holding and hitting there from Heasley, and the referee duly warning for him. This is where Chester works best, you know, just at that range where he can duck out of a shot and pop back in and fire 2s and 3s.
Yeah, he's using that cage as like a second wall, to obviously a third wall if you count the mat, to his advantage. When he pushes against the cage and he hits them floors, Craig seems to just close up a little bit more.
Certainly, Heasley not throwing many shots this round now. There's nothing significant landed really from either fighter in this round, but they've all had some success.
I still think Craig needs to throw that jab strongly. He's going for either the overhand right, or it looks like he's trying to find like an overhand hook left rather than a jab. Martin's obviously catching it, blocking it, and just throwing his flurry of punches, which are working better.
Yeah, I think if he's trying to throw that, he should perhaps set it up. Maybe the lead left hook to the body, long left hook to the body, and come back with that right hand. Because Chester pulls his guard up nicely, but actually he carries it quite low when there's nothing happening.
Yeah, towards the end of the round there, Craig had his hands low, but now they're going for it last 10 seconds. Brilliant.
That was absolutely
awesome fight.
superb.
Awesome fight. The crowd should stand for that one. Brilliant fight. Let's see what the judges say.
That's